Hello and welcome to Butts to Nuts, a movie review podcast hosted by me, Curly Charlesworth, and my brother Scott Charlesworth.
Oh, he's using the curly now. Very
Scott.
professional.
How you feeling after the movie?
Yeah, I'm feeling all right.
I know. I've done a bit of a branding change.
Yeah.
Because I want to be identified as Curly. I've been using it on the radio.
You got to stay consistent if you're going to con a nickname for yourself.
Exactly. Sorry.
Oh.
Wow. Oh my
Oh my God.
I am so sorry.
That's all right.
Please go.
I was just saying that I was listening on the radio and they were talking about nicknames. I was listening to Triple M or something and they were talking about whether you can give yourself a nickname or not. I think in your instance, people have called you Curly before.
I don't think I didn't give it to myself.
Somebody
I've had
else
this
called
since
you
year
Curly.
7. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
been established.
You're in the right, but like you're owning it now, which is very good.
Yeah, established since 2002. So
Yeah.
what a time to be alive. Can we just quickly break some news? Okay, we got some breaking news.
Shit.
Scott is currently raw dogging it. His phone is out of charge
Oh,
and his
yeah.
notes have disappeared.
No protection today.
Hopefully-
it's going to be full on pull out method.
Speaking of
We're
raw
going for
dogging
it.
as well, and then we'll get into another story and then we'll get into the movie. I had to raw dog it onto the train trip into
do
the
you-
city. I have an hour train trip.
What do you
Forgot
mean?
my AirPods,
Oh no, that's like hell on earth.
bro. I
An
had to
hour and a
raw dog
half,
the
just-
train trip. There was sniffing. There was coughing. I never hear anyone. People on their phones
Yeah.
just chatting away.
Yeah, everything just becomes so much more audible, and you're just like, can I just please even
Hour
have a
and
pair
10
of
minutes of
earmuffs?
just hearing.
Yeah,
Terrible, man. It was terrible.
that's hell. I'm really glad that you're here to tell the story and it didn't consume you. It
Yeah.
didn't take you.
Have you ever had to raw dog it on the train?
Many times. Many times. Usually when it's like a night out and I don't want to be bothered to take, earplugs or anything with me and I want to save charge of my phone, especially in the days when I had the old phone.
Yeah.
And I
when you had the
cons-
old brick.
Yeah, the brick, and it went out like
Bricks
in
McGee.
15 minutes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was bad. So
Yeah.
you'd have to raw dog it on the train.
The iPhone 6S, it held strong for a while until I smashed.
Oh, that's
the fuck
right. I
out
thought
of
your
it.
last phone was a 4.
Nah,
I just
man.
pictured you went from a 4 to a 13 because you were like anti-phones for a while.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, fuck the government.
Now I'm pro phones.
and pro-government. You love governments. now.
Yeah.
You actually are
I'm
studying to be a
government.
government. Yeah.
Yeah,
To have your own political system called Scott.
this is right. Law of Scott coming
Laura
soon.
Scott. Speaking of game-changing political systems, we watched Fantastic Four from 2005.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my goodness gracious!
What a trip it was.
Can you believe that this movie is 17 years old?
No, I mean, yes, I can believe.
Good
that
thing
it
we
is.
didn't do this before the cut, and now we're trying to sound as real as we did before.
And remember the things that we said. I'm going to give you a synopsis, Ben. Yes, this is a new segment of our podcast.
what?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Thank you for the synopsis theme song. Would you like to hear it?
I would love to. Give me the synopsis on the film because I'm not too sure what this film was about.
Even though we just
No,
watched
I'm
it.
not aware. It's forever.
All right, for all the listeners out there, 4 astronauts gain extraordinary powers like invisibility and stretchability after being hit by cosmic radiation. I hate it when that happens.
Bit of bias, only mentioning 2 of the 4.
Yeah, I know.
You reckon they could have slipped the other 4 in that synopsis?
I'm going to riot. Now, their biggest challenge is Victor Von Doom, an evil doctor. That's such a shit synopsis. Thank you.
That was a good synopsis.
Thank you very much. Wikipedia, I think that was.
Would have used the
Maybe it's
Internet Movie
Google.
Database, also known as imdb.com.au.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. New segment of our podcast already.
I
We're
think
growing.
let's keep that going because
keep
it's
it
like
going.
it's a nice little breaker in, and it breaks us into the movie
It's like...
of Fantastic Four 2005.
Yeah, exactly.
Please tell me your Johnny Storm point that you said before the cut, and then we'll get into the juice.
No. I'm gonna.
Oh, you're
say
gonna
something
save
else.
it.
I'm gonna save the Johnny Storm point. Okay, this movie
Fantastic Four from 2005.
exactly definitely gets points for nostalgia for me.
Okay.
If I hadn't watched this as a kid, I wouldn't have enjoyed this movie that much.
Yes, I totally agree.
That is what they call a true fact, which is basically saying true twice. It is a true fact.
And here's my breaker in. This movie is like a fish out of water drama with superpowers. Wow. You
Wow.
didn't think of it like that, did you, bitch? This
That's
is like
incredible.
a fish out of water drama with superpowers.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're actually right.
Because how many fight scenes are there? One.
Yeah.
One fight scene.
Wow.
One fight scene. This is a drama, not an action movie.
Okay,
I will stand by that.
To be fair to this movie, Fantastic Four are more explorers rather than crime fighters. Like
They're Star
they
Trekking for
explore
Marvel.
and then they
They're Star Trekking for Marvel.
Exactly right. They're scientists and explorers. That's what their main thing is. But they do come across more fighting in the comics than in this movie. There should have been more for sure.
Is that a fault for you reckon? Not enough?
I would definitely say that's a fault for me. I mean, you had your kind of, I'll say rescue in quotation marks, because that was pretty much caused by Ben Grimm on that bridge.
Yeah.
And even though they got famous off that and whatever, we'll get into those details. But yes, definitely for an opening movie that you want to show the Fantastic Four being super strong, you want them to have some, like, fights. Even if they're not petty fights, like, or, I don't know, even, like, intervening in some, like, I don't know, chemical disaster at a factory or something, or maybe some other car crashes, or, kind of space it out, show some more action scenes for a big build-up to the end, not just, like, your initial power scene, a lot of filler, then you have the big ending, which
Initial power, science, and then fight.
basically science and stone brushing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so
It
I just
felt
covered a
like
lot
the
just
last-
then. Yeah.
I feel like you did a good job.
Thanks.
I feel like the last fight, more felt like the first fight. It should have been not the first fight. I think the bridge scene was good, but it
Yeah.
felt like the first fight, and then it was meant to be another one after that with Doctor Doom.
Yeah. Oh, the at the end.
Yeah. It felt like there needed to be another one against Doctor Doom, another
Yeah.
scuffle, or another thing that happened.
Because he kind of won in those first sort of conflicts with the Fantastic Four, didn't he? And then, like, it was like a really short.
Well, I don't know if
quick
it was a
victory.
conflict. It was more just mind games. He just met up with Johnny Storm and was like, "Hey, bro, you love yourself. Keep loving yourself and ditch those losers."
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta come clean. Okay.
Oh, shit.
I gotta come clean. Saying ditch those losers. I don't want to be known as someone who steals jokes. I don't want to be a Amy Schumer. I did listen to the Auntie Donna podcast, and Zachary Ruane. I've mentioned Auntie Donna a bit.
Yeah, we are big
does say,
fans.
You gotta ditch those losers.
Hey, well, you're giving
through
credit
them.
where it's
I
due.
give her credit, okay? Because I do not want to be a guy who steals a jock.
Good on you, Curly.
Yeah. You call me Ben.
I'll call you Ben. It feels
I'm
wrong
just saying,
for me to
no,
call you
don't
Curly.
call me Curly.
I'm going to call you Ben.
I'm just saying I'm Curly, but I'm actually Ben. Fantastic Four from 2005. Here's some Johnny quotes that I've got.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm excited for this.
Two of my favourite Johnny moments. At the end when he says, "Let's get some names and let's get some shots."
Now, that is how you got to be at the club.
Yeah.
Get
Let's
some names, get some shots.
Exactly.
Have a good time.
And when the doctor, right at the start, when they're in the rehab facility,
Yeah.
gives him the thermometer,
Yes.
and then he gives it back, and he says, "That's for you," and then he kisses her, and he goes, "That's for me," and then walks off. My God, Johnny,
Johnny.
Johnny,
Bloody smoking, mate.
Johnny.
Johnny.
You remember that?
Yeah.
From
what-
Street.
was
Super
that?
Crooks.
Super
Super Crooks. Good anime. Go watch
Good
that.
anime.
Yeah, we'll review that one day, and when we do TV shows.
Definitely go see
Yeah,
it.
Johnny was my favorite. Let's go through the cast. Okay, let's
I'm
go
excited for
through
this.
each person.
Yeah, we'll start with Johnny.
I will start with Johnny. Okay.
Why not? Because we're on a bit of a positive note
I
here.
think he was cast brilliantly.
Yes.
Chris Evans, awesome.
Perfect Johnny Storm. Like I mentioned to you before, charismatic. I have the list here, actually. Hang on, let me just bloody get it up here. He was funny, cocky, impatient, and charismatic.
Yep.
Everything that a perfect Johnny Storm needs to be. He wanted to be in the limelight, and he was. We had a classic bar scene from him showing off his powers and, mixing with the people of New York.
And then trying to talk to some babe, and she's like, leave me alone. And she walks away, and then 4 other women just walk away suddenly as well. And you're like, what?
Well, that was after lighting the dude's drink on fire.
Oh, get over it, bro. 2005 people are
He was
such
being
snowflakes. They're not like hard like they used to be or hard like they are now.
He was doing dynamo tricks in the middle of the club, and then suddenly they mean nothing.
Yeah, come on, bro. He should have floated in the middle of London like Dynamo did. Didn't he float over the scene? He's like, yo.
He had a full Jesus moment. If you don't know who Dynamo is, he is not a musician, he's a magician.
There's also that magician who was in that glass box for a month. You remember that?
What the fuck?
And he used to just like beam that glass box and like, how the fuck did he survive? That he has no water or food, but really he painted this clear sugar paste on the glass. On the inside, so he'd lick the glass sugar paste. And he survived.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. What about Reed Richards?
Reed Richards. He was
Cast
cast
by Ian Grufford. I can never say his name.
Okay, he was cast very well, but he was boring.
He was boring.
He was extremely boring, but the way that he portrayed...
it's because he played British, mate. Oh, I'm kidding. I love British.
Top of the morning to you.
He's Irish.
Hello, governor.
Hello, governor. Bloody teeth are funny.
Reedle Richards. Whatever his name is, Lone Grufford. Is that the guy?
I was Ian Grufford or Owen Grufford.
Owen Grufford.
Owen Grufford.
Well, Grufford.
Owen Grufford.
He did a very good job. He looks like a Reed Richards. His head is physically long. Like, Reed Richards needs to be a skinny head.
Yeah.
He needs that slender head.
He's a bit of a horse.
He's a bit of a horse. No, not to be rude, but
a racehorse. Like, yeah, they said that in the movie as well.
That's right. That was quite funny. Anyways, I thought he was alright, but he was a bit boring. He captured the this essence of Reed in the comics where he's so caught up in the science that he neglects Sue and their relationship.
Yeah, like there was that part where she was just chatting to him. He doesn't listen. Then the thing says something. He's like, "What? We gotta go." Just ignores women. But as soon as he has time for the boys, but not for the girls.
It's just like, oh, Reed, what are you doing, mate? Yeah, but they captured that aspect of his character completely because, spoiler alert, in the comics, Sue ditches Reed to go fuck the Submariner, Namor.
And that's actually what's going to be in Wakanda forever.
Can you imagine if they had like a subplot relationship like that?
I think there's, a 2-hour sex scene, and it's a 5-hour movie.
Okay. You're just spreading rumors now.
Jessica Alba, what did you think of her?
She did a solid job.
She was okay for Sue.
She was alright.
She's pretty good.
Look, I don't know much about Sue's personality in the comics, to be fair.
No, me neither. I know nothing.
Look, the only comic that I've read with her in it was Civil War. And she was quite, distressed, obviously, in that scenario because, just go read the comic and you'll know. But,
and then...
I think Jessica Alba did a pretty solid job.
Michael Chiklis, last one. There's
The Thing. He was good.
It was pretty good. Yeah. I think sometimes his delivery is a bit shit with lines. He's a bit of a shit actor. Apparently Stan Lee said that he was his favourite actor to ever portray a Marvel character on screen ever.
What? Stan Lee's a magical man.
Ever.
Stressing this.
That was like...
over Samuel Jackson.
Apparently he stood by that for ages as well, to the day he died. So the rumour goes.
Well... he was better at the start when he was human. And then when he turned into the Thing, I feel like he didn't have that. I don't know, he had kind of like a Raphael sort of vibe at the start. You know when you watch the 80s Ninja Turtles and he's kind of sarcastic wisecracking, but he's a bit annoyed?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. And then it turned into like a bit of a brooding thing that kind of was a complete switch, which makes sense for his character, but it was, I don't know.
There was a big focus on him, though, throughout the whole movie.
There was, yes, there was a big focus.
Which was okay, Except, fuck it, let's just get straight into it.
Ah.
Blind lady.
Blind lady.
The fucking blind lady. Kerry Washington. She's not blind, is she?
No.
She's not.
She was trying to act like she was blind.
I should confirm that just in case, because if we go on a tangent bagging her out for pretending to be blind and it's like, oh shit, I'm blind. Kerry Washington.
Okay.
Or just feel for me for a sec.
Yeah, I'm feeling.
She blind. No, nothing says that she's blind. Okay.
She's not blind. She was acting, and she was poorly acting.
Yeah.
That was very, very fake. There were multiple times when, obviously, people who can't see obviously do. You do look in the direction where someone is speaking to you. That's just a human thing to do with when you hear someone anyways. But there were multiple points where you could see she kind of made eye contact and then looked down.
The brushing scene as well, where she's
That
like,
made
come
no
into
sense.
my art. Well, number one, how did she know that he was at the front of the art gallery? She
Just
goes,
suddenly out of nowhere.
I'm blind, not deaf.
No,
It
but that
doesn't
makes no
make any sense.
He was just fucking walking past the shop, you idiot.
Suck off
You're not
with you.
Daredevil. You're
Yeah,
not Daredevil.
Exactly.
You don't have the excuse of supersonic ears or hypersonic ears or whatever you want to call it.
And there could be some nerds out there going, because the thing's like big boned and he's big. You can hear like,
you can
the
actually
thudding.
hear the rocks
You can
going
hear the
against the
thudding.
pathway.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no,
You
go
cannot.
go fuck
She's
yourself.
in an art gallery with people talking, and she was preoccupied. And then she walks out and goes, "Oh, I thought it was you." What?
As if.
Um,
I don't know.
washing scene was more uncomfortable than I remember as well. I used to
It was
hate that as a kid.
It was hilarious this time round, actually.
For you, maybe. For me, I was like, oh, I'm getting weak flashbacks from last week.
Ben Grimm having a couple of rock orgasms.
It was like 50 Shades of Grey again. We should have got Kurt back in Sexologist.
Hey, oh man, the poor man has PTSD already.
Yeah.
We can't subject him for this to this much sex in 2 weeks.
Well, he's a sexologist. He's got to get over it.
Yeah, he's paid to do this.
No, the
We love
brushing
Kurt.
and the washing. Yeah, we love Kurt. And all that was just not good.
It was
Why
so
is-
weird for a Fantastic Four movie.
Although we did watch, I don't know if it's the extended cut. We watched the British cut, I think.
Yeah,
the American
we have
cut.
this on DVD at home, and when we started it, we started it on Disney Plus, right?
Hour and 45 runtime there.
And we looked on the internet, and it was like, oh, it was supposed to be 2 hours, and we're like, whoa, there's all this time cut out of it. Then we saw, as soon as it started, the intro, like the classic Fox early 2000 intro, wasn't there, and I was like, nah, Ben, we got to get this because it has the Fantastic Four theme song on DVD at the start.
The intro to this,
Which
with
is
all
fucking
the
amazing.
cinematics, if you watch it on Disney Plus, please just YouTube Fantastic Four 2005 intro sequence, and it's awesome. It is
has
really
such a
cool.
nice lead into like the welding of Victor Von Doom's statue, doesn't it?
Yeah,
With the rocket
yeah.
taking off and then it fuses into the welding.
Yeah. And,
See, like, you miss these little details on streaming sometimes, which is a bit of a shame.
well, yeah, I think that's
depends on
more
the
of a
platform.
specific case. I think this is just, you got to be careful with Disney Plus. Netflix and Amazon, all that, they're pretty chill, but
Disney have a real cutting problem.
yeah, they have a habit to just like cut jokes out of The Simpsons and do all weird shit. So you always got to be careful.
Yeah.
But no, it's really cool. I would encourage all of you to go check it out.
Can I just go on a little bit of a rant here?
Yeah.
Speaking of cutting things out, this is a little sub thing.
Oh, Submariner.
I think it is wrong to cut jokes and like scenes out of movies. I know things don't age well all the time, and I know a lot of those jokes wouldn't have aged well now that they cut out of The Simpsons, but it is part of history. And why would you erase history so that you can't fix it in the future? Like, make something else that doesn't... I don't know. You kind of get what I mean, right? You need to look at
I
mistakes.
think you should be cancelled immediately. You know, you are not supporting the progressive movement.
You shouldn't cut media out of it. Like, you need to have the wide scope
exactly.
of
Just
what
fucking-
people have created, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah,
That's
and
that's just my little rant.
I guess look back on that and be like, yeah, of course we're not going to say that anymore, but
That
we
was the
acknowledge
thing
that was a thing. We'll see it as it is there, but we won't obviously be like that now.
Yeah, you take that as a lesson as to not be like that now.
Well, that's what my history teacher used to say. You learn from history, so you don't
why
get a
history-
Trojan horse coming into your place.
Exactly.
Always check the inside of a wooden horse.
I always do when I horse around. That was a horse joke.
That was terrible. The X Games part, I think, was just there.
Sorry?
The X Games part where Johnny Storm entered the X Games. Yeah, this movie is
Fuck
so
it.
fucking...
I'm gonna like ride a motorbike.
The writers were like, oh shit, we don't have any fight scenes. How can we just make this interesting from lab shit? X Games time.
Yeah,
That was just there for advertisement.
it was.
Because in the background,
Had
there's like
Pepsi there, had
the
Activision.
Whopper from, like the Burger King fucking burger there.
Yeah.
Do they have Whoppers? Yeah, because
Yeah.
Hungry Jack's here is big. It's Burger King.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all just the fucking shit. How did he even sign up though? He just walked.
He just walks in like he's famous for one day, and suddenly he can just walk into the X Games and flip a motorbike. Oh, that's an old trick, Johnny. Show us something new. So he flips and just lets go of the motorbike. Can you imagine if he just died?
Yeah,
he just
just fucking.
he
just
forgot to
boom.
flame on and just hits the ground.
Just snaps his neck, and he's like a paraplegic for the rest of the movie.
Yep.
And he rolls in.
He can
to the
still
fire.
flame on, but he just can't fly anymore.
Yeah, he's just like he's grounded. He's grounded.
Oh,
What did you think of the
that's
special effects?
the special effects. All right. The practical effects were very good.
That's not what I said though.
The seat. I mean, that's part of
Here's
special
the bloody
effects.
here's the bloody padding, mate. Pad town.
Pad Town.
Yeah.
Pad Thai. Yum, yum, yum,
okay.
yum. Practical effects are special effects. They were good.
Yeah, but they're not special to me.
The CGI, yeah, it's dated.
Like
It's
they
dated.
may be big, but it's how you use it. Wait, no.
Are you talking about your dingus?
Yeah, they were kind of shit. The stretchy effects, especially.
Yeah,
were-
yeah. I mean, that's pretty hard to do in itself. I think for the time
Have they ever
did
got that
well.
right?
No, because the
Them
stretchy effects
stretch.
from the new Fantastic Four, which I've seen clips on YouTube, look the same.
Even in Multiverse of Madness, just digression here. I feel like they not even that good at that. It's
Was
just
there stretchy scenes in that?
there's like two. I feel like Marvel was scared to actually stretch.
I can't remember any stretchy scenes
He
in Multiverse.
stretches an arm. Krasinski stretches an arm.
Oh, yeah, no, that was horrible.
Yeah. And
No, that was really bad.
oh god, here we go.
Yeah.
Don't attack me. Attack them.
All right, I have a point of comparison for Multiverse that I wrote in my notes.
Yeah.
Okay, one thing that this movie does really well is the costumes. Oh,
Yeah.
aren't they good? Like, they have that kind of edgy, weird triangle thing that they have in the middle, but it's very subtle. It's not overt.
Yeah.
They do the thing that Fantastic Four is known for, and it is suit simplicity. They keep it iconic. You know, you have the bold blue, the black gloves and boots, and the black ring around the neck.
4 on the nipple.
What? Pardon?
There's a 4 on their nipple.
Oh, 4 on the nipple.
Yeah,
that's
4
kind
on
of
the
a
nipple.
modern take on the suit because usually it's in the middle.
Yeah, but it's a 4 on the nipple.
4 on the nipple. Yes. For the Krasinski one, the only good thing about that suit was the 4 was in the middle. The rest of it was just a CGI shit show.
What would you rather, a 4 on the nipple or 4 in between nips?
4 in between nips in the style of this suit.
Oh, okay.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Isn't it funny though? They said at the start when they first put the suits on, when there was no 4s on nipples in the space station.
Yeah.
It protects you. When it gets hot, it doesn't make you get hot. When it gets cold, it doesn't make you get
Had it
cold.
like a use for the suit.
And
Like,
you had to be covered completely, but then Jessica Alba's like
Oh,
cleavage is like she must have boobs of steel or something.
yeah, they can withstand the solar winds.
But I guess their heads and hands and
This is true. Yeah.
Shit were
Well, it was more
exposed.
for like temperature. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
was
yeah.
protecting.
so she's fine, just sweet.
Yeah, I mean,
Not that I was complaining.
she just wanted a bit of a breeze.
Not to
through
sound
there.
dirty either,
Yeah.
but I
but
enjoyed
also-
it, but I'm pointing it out to be a savior. I thought, invisibility effect on her. You kissed my nose, silly.
That's my nose, genius.
I was aiming for the nose.
These are my lips.
Maybe he has a nose fetish. He's got, oh yeah, I see the nose every time I go to kiss, but I'll never tell you that.
This
That's my nose, silly.
No, she goes genius. She says genius.
Oh, fuck off.
Get your facts right, cunt. This podcast just like dips in the gutter every episode. Is great.
Yeah,
It's just
I feel like people come here for a movie review and then they just hear us just.
slander.
What are we even talking about?
I was in quick segue today when I was in the music shop. I was like, oh yeah, I need to buy a mic for our podcast. We need like a third mic. And the dude's like, oh, what's your podcast about? I'm like, oh yeah, we review movies and it's pretty crude.
Did you tell him the name?
Yeah, he's like, well, not until he asked the name.
Oh, what the fuck's wrong with you?
He's like, what's it called? I'm like, oh, it's Butts to Nuts. And he's like, what movie did you review lately? And I said, 50 Shades. And then I was like, it was so awkward, eh? And then I left.
Oh,
That was the end of that
You should have
conversation.
told him, oh, tonight we're watching Fantastic Four.
I should have, but I didn't.
Yeah, you fucked it.
Oh, man.
Also, when they were talking about the start thing, I find those plants very satisfying for some reason. The plants that they were using to get the data on the solar flare.
It's the plants were representative of the Fantastic Four because there was 4 of them. If you
Yeah.
if you notice.
I thought that the plants were satisfying. Anyway, when Ben's out there, great name by the way, they said, oh my god, there's 10 minutes till the solar flare, we're fucked. And then he runs in. When he runs in and Victor's about to propose to Jessica, Sue Storm, there's 6 minutes at that point. Then they go to Ben, right? At that point, to run from there to Ben and warn Ben about it, no way is that's like 5 minutes because he only has like 40 seconds to get back.
Yeah.
The time just jumps so quick.
My God, yeah,
He could have
you're right.
got back easily.
Yeah, that wouldn't
in
have
time.
saved them though, because they were.
Yeah, but he probably wouldn't have got as bad of a. Oh no, it would have.
Nah, it just would have fucked him still.
No, because then it would have been closed up. The reason it came in was because it was open, wasn't it?
No,
Oh,
it just
no.
came through the whole ship.
Yeah, well.
Because remember, that's how it got Victor. He was behind the shields.
Oh yeah, what was their plan to leave the plants out there and then?
It's
Go
sit
down
in the
and-
shield area. Yeah,
But they still would have got affected.
they
though.
still would have gotten affected. Yeah, and then Victor would have still been angry with Reed and gone, "You fucking ruined my business, and now the stocks are dropped."
Yeah, and
Yeah.
his investors pulled out. What did you think of him?
I thought the actor that played Doom was horrible.
Yeah,
I thought he was a
Jude
really,
Law.
really bad Doom
Yeah, you didn't like Jude Law.
from Captain Marvel.
Yeah, you didn't like Jude Law from Captain Marvel.
No, I didn't like. Jude Law's alright, but that guy, he wasn't alright.
I don't know his name. I'll figure it out.
You got to be more menacing as a Doom. You can't be a fucking robot.
Yeah,
He was just blank face.
He's
no
very
emotion.
boring.
Oh my!
Justin,
my face is all scarred.
Justin McMahon or McMahon. I think it's McMahon.
This is common knowledge for most comic heads, but you know the reason why Doom has the mask in the comics is because his scarred face is there.
But he's
Well,
all just
that grammar
Is he
didn't come out
actually
properly.
metally
No,
underneath?
I don't think so. He's just burnt.
And
his face is just
his
burnt.
nails are painted silver. Did you notice
Wait,
that?
really?
Did you not see that?
I didn't
He's-
see his silver nails.
He's got silver painted nails, and he's just as the movie progresses, he gets like an Anakin Skywalker robot arm. All his scars are all grey. It's just so
So weird.
goofy. But he doesn't do anything as a villain. It's cool when he shoots that guy through the chest in the car park,
Yeah.
the investor. Fuck your stocks. It's not personal. The end fight was cool as well. That's why I'm annoyed that there wasn't as many fights.
Oh,
I know
you-
I'm sounding like a little kid, like, oh,
Yeah.
too much talking. But I wanted more fights because the fights were cool.
They were cool.
They weren't bad fights. They
For
were
a
well
early-
shot, fun fights for me.
For an early campy, like early 2000s superhero movie, you need that.
And I like a bit of longer. I hate super, super quick cuts where you can't make out what's going on. I had
Yeah.
this problem with Central Intelligence, whereas this movie, I could make out what was going on and I could soak into that scene. Not that
Really soak it
they
up
weren't long cuts, but
like a
they,
sponge.
you could just understand what was going on. It was felt cohesive. You saw Mr. Fantastic be a
A fantastic
sort of
man.
funnel for the water as the thing kicks the fire hydrant.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that was so cool. Like all of them using their abilities as a team.
that was sick.
But they never learnt how to do that. That's the problem.
What do you mean?
They never had a progression of team building. They
Yeah.
were just like, oh, we're a team now.
And Johnny Storm just blew up all that garbage patch.
Yeah.
The fucking
Dude on that
garbage
barge
truck.
was just like, ah!
Yeah. I thought the end fight was sick though. Like he
It
goes
was short, but
supernova.
sweet.
Sue uses her invisibility shit.
Oh,
I hope
and
number
when he-
2 has more fights.
It
Like
does,
that.
but I think
They're
that's
shit.
where it falls a little bit.
So it's going to be me saying next week, oh, I wish there was less fight.
There are some cool Silver Surfer bits in the second one, though. Like, you've seen it from the trailer, him going through his board and stuff.
Yeah, because I haven't seen the second one. I've only seen this one before.
I think the majority of the CGI budget for this movie went into that Doctor Doom pose when he's like all heated up in the melting metal.
Oh, yeah,
That's-
that was cool.
That was really nice. Really nice shot that's aged spectacularly. Did I say that correctly?
Did you like the Doom costume in the end?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I didn't mind it either.
I
eh?
thought his mask was sick. Like that was spot on perfect. I would have just gotten rid of the little metal ear things.
Yeah.
That was disgusting. But
He
his
didn't-
face was sick.
He didn't seem super powerful against the Fantastic Four. It was more like 4 people just beating up a helpless miner, but it was still an entertaining segment.
I like that they showed that he was extremely rich, though. Like, I know that's a given with Doom, but he was rich to the point he had his own space station, and Latveria,
Yeah.
the island country that he owns.
Mm.
Yeah, that's good that he was established like that. You sniffing your lip like that. That was weird.
What did you think of the thing? And then we'll talk about the bridge and then
Did we
wrap
talk
it
about
out.
his costume yet?
No.
Okay, well, the practical effects on his costume was cool.
Yeah, I reckon
did
it
like
looked
that.
good, yeah.
I mean, you can obviously tell that it's foam, but it holds up well.
I reckon, yeah.
I think it's really cool. Like with the bits on his neck that were kind of crumpled with the. Do you get what I mean? Like with the foam creasing sort of thing. You could fix that up with CGI nowadays, but keep the practicalness so you have it really nice and smooth. Like that's how you move in tandem between practical and CGI really well.
Yeah,
they
'cause-
do that a lot with like superhero capes and stuff.
Yeah, with good shit.
Yeah.
Or they just go the route of multiverse of madness and make everything CGI.
Exactly.
I thought he looked pretty chill. He looked pretty good.
He did look pretty chill. Yeah.
His wife, what an absolute turkey.
Oh my god. Can you believe that? He comes home after an accident in space and then she's like, I've got a surprise for you. Meaning, some hardcore sex after a big mission.
Wow.
That's what it means.
Wish we saw it.
She comes out in a nightie. No one does that.
She does.
I mean,
Debbie does.
I mean, some people might, but
Debbie does.
Debbie does.
Yeah, that's her name.
Debbie does and Debbie did, and Debbie came down the stairs and screamed.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, obviously, you would have that reaction, but you would then go, a normal person would go, oh my god, we're going to get the best medical
Well, you're
treatment
married
for
to
you."
him.
You're married to him, and you just suddenly go, no, I don't want to see you anymore. You're a rock.
And she said, what he brought up was,
And suddenly she appears on the bridge.
oh, yeah, where she just inexplicably turns up and
and
throws
the ring. Oh, puts the ring down.
What a turd.
What a turd.
But he said, remember how you said you'll love me no matter what?
Yeah.
Man, Hoseby Wilding, man. Like, that's fucked. That is not... That is actually fucked. They do be, though. They do be. The bridge scene as well. Do you think people died?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's my problem then with that entire scene. He saves a guy who was going to kill himself anyway,
Yeah.
and ends up having like probably at least 7 or 8 people get killed
With
to
a pile
save
up.
one guy who was going to kill himself anyway. Why fix it if it ain't broke?
As cruel as that sounds, he just created a chain reaction that basically caused the problem in the first place.
Exactly. And then
And
they were
everyone's
praised
like,
as heroes.
Oh, you're heroes. You saved the city.
That doesn't make any sense.
And suddenly from then, they are getting fan mail, promotions,
Magazine.
front magazine covers. Exactly.
Press like all the time. They've just got nicknames and shit. They're led into the X Games.
Yeah, so strange, man.
It was entertaining, that bit, but also like the thing, he jumps down and he just shoulder charges the truck. In reality, we all know that guy's dead. Obviously, comic book
Yeah.
movie lore and logic. Sorry, not lore. Comic book movie logic. You know, he survived.
Yeah.
Definitely at
That guy
least
was
7 people died in that thing.
Dead.
Those cars piling up got fucked up, man.
And then they exploded.
yeah,
Like, there is definitely someone that was stuck in there.
you
for sure.
did all of that once again. Not suicide is a terrible thing, but this is in the context of this movie.
Yeah.
I'm just protecting myself from the the cancel scary people, the cancel monkeys. They'll come after me.
Don't
No,
be scared of them.
I am not scared.
Anyways, your point.
Did all of that just to save a guy who's going to kill himself anyway.
Yeah.
Just let him die. Once again, in the context of the movie.
Context of the movie.
No,
No, it's when you're thinking by numbers like that, I guess. Like, yeah, you're just causing more people to die. Even though they didn't show it realistically, that's what would happen. But you can't really say realistically because the thing doesn't exist as well. So
exactly.
it kind of just contradicts
So
that.
everyone's logic is fucked except for mine.
Yep.
Lots of science as well.
Science, so much science that I was a little bit too scienced out.
A bit bored.
All right, let's hear your favourite scene of the movie. Go.
The end battle.
Oh, did you say that?
Oh, yeah, that or the snowboarding scene.
Yes, snowboarding Johnny. Care to join me?
That was good.
I was like, oh, yeah, I'd be in that hot tub.
Any
Me as
team.
Johnny and...
Alright. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Seinfeld reference.
Yeah, any scene with Johnny really was lots of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Not enough of him. Oh, the shaving cream with the thing as well.
That was great.
That was a good montage just with everyone, actually.
It was good, yeah.
Toilet paper, just seeing what they do with their powers and normal.
Mm.
And then it was like, oh, wait, that's it. We don't actually get to see. We just see him do that in a little fight. And then
That's it.
Look at lots of computer screens and go, powers rising. God, I love that.
So strange.
There was a lot of heat going above like the recommended heat. It's like, oh my God, it's reached 200 degrees Fahrenheit. We're fucked.
we better bloody get out of here.
Ah, shit.
Just melted the entire titanium casing that he was in.
Yeah. You got any major
Oh,
stuff
sorry,
to say?
bit of a mic action there.
I feel like you wanted to talk about Johnny a bit, or you
Johnny, my boy Johnny.
like the snowboarding scene. Better to watch it than talk about it, I guess.
Oh, Johnny made a good point about saying that Reed is the smartest dumb guy.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
already covered
yeah.
why, but it's a good line.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good line. Actually.
Didn't Reed say, what do you want in life? Just money, fame, and women. And then he was just like, yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, yes, exactly. That's all I am in life.
The most material.
No, that's seriously all I am. I'm just like a rich, famous woman.
What?
You've been lied to.
What are you?
And my spirit
You've
animals.
confused me.
Rest in peace to Jimmy, the doorman.
Oh Jesus! He was like,
Hiya, Jimmy.
"Oh yeah, Jimmy tries it through the fucking glass door,
Yeah.
just kills him." He was just there to greet Vic. We call him Vic or Doom? We call him Doom.
Doom. I wouldn't call him Vic.
No, I'm calling him Vic.
Not fucking Vic Star from the Sidemen just pop out KSI. They do hide and seek challenge from fucking Doctor Doom.
Bloody Dr. Vicky. Oh, I swear to God.
Stan Lee cameo in this as well.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, yeah. Do you know about that? You know Marvel shit. He's a postman. Isn't that an actual character?
Oh,
Willie the Postman, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, he is. I think. No, well, he's not Billy the Postman. In
No,
the second
Willie.
one.
Willie, yeah.
Is he in the MCU as well? I don't know.
What do you mean he's in the MCU? No.
As Willie the Postman.
This isn't in the MCU.
I know
This
that.
is separate to it. This is before the MCU. This is Fantastic
You don't
Four
have
from
to-
2005.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your point?
No, I'm just saying, like, is that same character rewritten in other things as a cameo character as well?
No, this is
Because
from
he is a
Fantastic
FedEx guy
Four.
as well. So that's another delivery man. But is he Willie in that?
So you think that from Civil War, where he says Tony Stank, that could be
That could
Willie
be Willie the
Postman.
Postman. I'm thinking that this could be a connectivity thing.
I mean, not much happened in this
And the
movie.
multiverse
so
exists.
Not much happened in this movie, so it could very well happen. It's not like any universe-changing or even world-changing events
Stan
happen.
created the multiverse, so
Exactly. Yeah. That's about me done. I think.
I'm wrapped up too.
Yeah, just feels like one big filler.
Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, I really enjoyed it when I was little, but it's come back to bite us.
Yeah, bite hard. Is it trivia time?
Yeah.
Alrighty. For most of the shoot, Michael Chiklis was terribly uncomfortable in the hot thing suit. That makes sense,
Well,
I guess.
that's kind of
However,
self-explanatory.
when it was winter in Vancouver and they were filming the final battle, guess who was toasty and warm? And guess who was cold in their blue spandex? That's right. So Michael fighting to get... Oh yeah, ties into the next point.
Yeah.
He fought hard to make this a practical suit.
Yes.
He didn't want it
CGI.
CGI. Thank you. That's the word. Special effects, because they're special to you and I. He didn't want it special. He wanted it real.
Yeah.
And
That's really good. Good on him.
exactly.
Maybe that's why Stan Lee loved him so much.
Yeah, he fought for authenticity.
The best actor ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
While being examined by Reed, Ben mentions that he used to smoke. In the comics, the Thing used to smoke cigars up
Yeah.
until the early 90s, when Marvel's new editor-in-chief, Joe Quesada, oh, fuck. Sorry, nerds
just
come at
keep
me.
moving, just
Instituted an anti-smoking policy for the company's characters.
What about Wolverine? Did he
Banned them. Banned them all.
Really?
No smoke for Marvel.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, good on Ben for giving that up.
Why?
Oh, actually, no. You can enjoy yourself a nice Cuban.
Yes, do it.
Do a cheeky Cuban.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. He also wore 60 pounds of like latex, like
Gross.
the big suit. It was like 60-pound suit. I don't know what that is in kilos.
Jesus.
Probably like nothing for us. It's like pounds are weird.
Pounds.
Also,
Stone.
Paul Walker
Paul, what?
was considered to be Johnny Storm.
No.
Maybe he can be in the next Fantastic Four.
What have you done?
Why? Oh shit! I take that back, and
What have you done? The
rest
dogs are
in
after
peace
us now.
to the late great
Paul Walker,
yeah.
celebrity Paul Walker.
Whoops. Letterbox time. Geo says this is a movie and it was made 1.5 stars.
Agreed.
Aiden says, here's how the film goes. Introduction. Hour and 10 minutes long sequence of team doing jack shit. Pretty cool final fight. And that's it.
Yep.
1.5 stars. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
No, that's pretty close. Yeah. No, that's spot on.
I think Nino, though, has a pretty good take.
Ah, bloody Nino coming at it.
I don't understand why this film gets so much hate. I got my first hand job in the theatre during it. 10 out of 10. Hand job wasn't bad either. 5 stars.
Nino.
We've had a few of those reviews pop up over the podcast, haven't we? Like, oh, I had sex during this film. Also,
Did we have we had a couple of those reviews?
I feel like it smells awfully familiar. It's
Don't say smells.
I don't know. It's just secreting a very similar smell.
A cinema in 2005 smelling like popcorn and cum.
My favorite combination.
You know what? You don't see many people with popcorn these days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or cum.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, we're a popcornless and cumless society.
Maybe I'll get some popcorn tomorrow.
Shall you review your score?
You're cooked.
Go.
4.5 nugs out of 10. That's how many I'm giving this movie.
I'm not as lenient. I'm giving it a 3 out of nugs.
Respectable.
Out of 10.
All right.
This is the end of the episode. Thank you for listening to the Butts to Nuts podcast.
If you enjoyed the podcast and want to support us, you can do any number of these 3 things.
Number 1.
Tell a friend, a family member, or even a random person off the street to listen to our podcast.
Number 2.
Leave a review. The higher the better.
Number 3.
Follow and support us on our social media platforms, being Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all with the usernames Butts to Nuts.
Again, thank you for listening. See you next week.